We begin tonight with the FBI search of former President Trump's Florida home. U.S. officials have confirmed that the search was approved by the highest levels of the Justice Department. Federal agents executed a search warrant on his Mar-a-Lago estate on Monday. Sources tell CBS News that the search is in connection to whether the former president removed documents from the White House and took them home. Mr. Trump described the search as, quote, prosecutorial misconduct. The White House said today President Biden was not aware of the raid beforehand.
The president was not briefed, was not aware of it. No one at the White House was given a heads up. No, that did not happen. The Justice Department conducts investigations independently, and we leave any law enforcement matters to them. It would not be appropriate for us to comment on any ongoing investigations. I can say.
And for more on this, Robert Costa joins us now. He's CBS News chief election and campaign correspondent. Hey, Bob, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it. So can you just kind of walk us through why exactly the FBI searched Mar-a-Lago?
We don't really know much at this time, other than that there are certain documents that have been under investigation for a long time in terms of what Trump turned over to the National Archives, what he might not have turned over, how he handled classified material that has been of interest to the Justice Department for quite some time. But it's an unfolding story at this moment. It's a story that we're still looking for more answers in terms of what exactly this grand jury and the Justice Department are probing.
And Bob, how has former President Trump himself responded to all of this?
There's been an explosion of grievance inside the Republican Party, inside former President Trump's inner circle since this news broke, since federal agents arrived at his Florida property, Mar-a-Lago, in Palm Beach, Florida. You see the Republican Party in many quarters rallying around Trump, saying that he has in some way been wronged here. But because, as I said, we don't have full visibility into this investigation, into the warrant itself, the former president has not shared that publicly yet. We are relying on his version of events and from the lack of comment and some background information from different sources. So it's a developing story. But it's clear that the president himself, the former President Trump, is angry about how he perceives this has played out.
Yeah, it was telling that he announced that this raid happened through a statement. Shows that he is, wanting to essentially be out there talking about this in some way. But do we know exactly what was seized at all in the search? I mean, I know there's still so much more to learn.
We don't know exactly what was seized. We're still trying to figure this all out. And the FBI and the Justice Department have been so far very limited and quiet about what they're doing. But this is not unusual when it comes to grand jury investigations. I mean, as a reporter, I find grand jury investigations to be the toughest nut to crack. You're not able to talk to grand jury witnesses if you're a reporter. They're always operating almost like a shark beneath the surface. It's the strangest part of reporting to go at a grand jury. And that's why when things like this, the search of a former president's residence, it comes out of the blue because so few reporters, so few people have visibility into a grand jury investigation.
And Bob, you mentioned how other Republicans are weighing in here. What are they saying? What's kind of been the response from top Republicans to this news?
Well, some Republicans are going to be meeting with Trump tonight. Congressional Republicans, about a dozen of them, will be in Bedminster, New Jersey, where Trump is at his golf club to have dinner with him. It's been a long-scheduled dinner with members of the Conservative Republican Study Committee, but they will be there, I'm told, by two people familiar with the dinner. And they will rally around Trump's side. But not everybody, Caitlin, is rallying around Trump's side. You see muted comments from Senate Republican leader, the minority leader, Mitch McConnell, in Kentucky today, not weighing in. And he's not weighing in, and so many Republican leaders are not weighing in very forcefully because they, too, don't know exactly where this is going, what the Justice Department knows, how far its investigation has gone. But there is a bit of a schism between how McCarthy, the House leader for Republicans, has reacted versus McConnell, the Senate leader for Republicans, has reacted. McCarthy has shown his enthusiasm once again for Trump, and he has warned the Justice Department and the FBI to save their papers, save their emails, with the belief that if Republicans take over the House majority this fall, they will investigate the Justice Department and how all of this has been handled.
Yeah, very interesting to see these two leaders take a very different approach to the former president, who will be involved in Republican Party politics for a while. Bob Costa, thank you so much, as always, for your reporting and for being here. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.